Hi everyone, it's great to see you. Today I'm taking you on a tour of our backyard hydrangeas. We just finished touring the side yard here and we're going to pick up right where we left off with this beautiful hydrangea. Now this is a tiny one. I ordered this and it came literally like a 4-inch plug last year. It is Little Lime Lovebird. It's really beautiful and it's doing well. Okay, it only has one flower, but I like the clear pink that it is. It's in a pot, so this one has to be overwintered in the shed. I have another one in the pot here, and this, oh, let me get out of, there we go. This is Froggy. I love how unique this is. Now, Froggy was bigger, but unfortunately was underwatered, my fault, last year, and it shrunk quite a bit. So I put it in this pot so I can keep a close eye on it and make sure it does well. Now in the ground behind here we have another next generation pistachio and it's doing really well. It's not burning. We have lots of blossoms coming. Notice that it's on the later side of blooming here. And I'm noticing on some of the leaves that we're getting some iron deficiency, chlorosis. So I'm going to need to add a little iron tone around the bottom of this. I can tell because the veins are the dark green and the fleshy leaf part in the middle is turning more yellow. That's your sign that your plant needs some iron. Here we are at the side of the shed and wow, this is a beautiful hydrangea. It's blooming kind of weird, however. This is Cape Cod and it, to me, is a traditional Cape Cod-like hydrangea. Mine is blooming purple, but it does also go very blue. And this hydrangea is kind of funny. It is peeking out from underneath the climbing hydrangea. This is Summer Crush, and it's planted in a bed of rocks. It is not on irrigation. It really has everything going against it, but it is determined to bloom here. And because it is determined to bloom, I am going to keep it. How cute to have these flowers just peeking out here. This is a very special hydrangea. This is Vanilla Swirl. Vanilla Swirl has been kept in a pot the last couple years, but I think I will be moving it to the ground. It does bloom on new and old wood, so it should do okay, but look at how pretty the florets are. They really are like a vanilla swirl, strawberry and vanilla swirl, but really beautiful and different. You know, a lot of times now I'm looking for the hydrangeas that don't look like the others that I have, and I think this is a great choice. Back along the house, I have not vanilla strawberry. Back along the house, I have Lovable. So 2 years ago, I purchased Lovable. I purchased it from Garden Crossings. It came as a quart size, and I put it in this planter. It's doing really well. It is a bright pink. It's gorgeous, and I liked it so much that this year I purchased another one from Garden Crossing, also in a quart size. But look, it's blooming, even though it came in just a tiny little quart size. They're really nice. They do bloom on new and old wood. My goal was to get them big enough in the pots before I put them in the ground, but I can tell that that will be one that I do end up putting in the ground. Here's the planter that you saw me plant up recently with Wee Bit Grumpy. Wee Bit Grumpy tends to have a more dark purple saturated look. It's not going to go your true blue. It's really going to be pinks to purples, and it's beautiful. It stays small, 2 to 2 feet tall and wide, and the Wee Bit series, because it stays small, is really good for planters. And here's another of the Wee Bit series. This is Oh, sorry, it is not a wee bit series. This is Let's Dance Big Band. This was in the side garden. It was burning too much, so I moved it over to the back where it gets a lot of shade. Let's Dance Big Band gets pretty big mop heads, very nice saturation in the color. It blooms on new and old wood, and it stays pretty small. This is probably full size for it. And way in the back here, we have turtle toes. Turtle toes has a nice deep green foliage, and it will have green flowers. However, it's new this year and it doesn't look like it's going to bloom, but that's okay. A lot of times, some of our more specialty hydrangeas too take a little longer to settle in. I'm going to keep this in a pot probably until I do get it to bloom, so it'll overwinter in the shed, and then we'll see if I plant it into the landscape or not. Then we have Eclipse. Oh, and poor Eclipse really took a beating in the rain. However, you can tell that dark foliage, the bright florets, and the flowers are unique. So once again, we have a real different type of bush here. Something with real dark leaves, different colored foliage. I would recommend Eclipse, but use it as either a dark backdrop maybe, or something to counterbalance a real bright hydrangea like Golden Penny. In my planter here, I have Paris. This is Cityline Paris. Now, Paris is in a grow bag because it only blooms on old wood. It is a gorgeous pink color, but the fact that it blooms on old wood does make it a little harder to get good blossoming from. I find that people are saying lovable, which I showed you by the back of the house, is sort of bred to be a Paris equivalent, but does bloom on the new wood. So Paris and Lovable are ones you might want to consider if you're looking for that real bright pink. This little guy is Let's Dance Sky View. It is new this year. I ordered it from Gardens Crossings as a quart size. It did have a couple blossoms when it first got here. It's a very pastel color, and it stays pretty small. Last in this new little garden area here is another wee bit grumpy. This had been in the ground and it was struggling because it was being overtaken by another hydrangea. So I'm giving its own spot right here, and I think it will be much happier. And in this corner of the backyard, we have our original. The Endless Summer original is this very bright blue. Now, it blooms on old and new wood, but one of the things I notice about this, well, two things. One is it's pretty floppy. This is an older bush. It was here when we moved in. It blooms reliably. However, it pretty much always looks like this. Rain or no rain, those big mop heads just weigh down the branches. The other thing I really notice about this is the leaves are very thin. They're kind of a light nondescript color, and they don't have a really great texture. It's fine, and I think everybody should have an Endless Summer original. It's not going to impress somebody's socks off unless maybe you have a huge hedge of them, and I do know some people do that. It is gorgeous. Up in this planter here, oh, now this is a special hydrangea. Its mop heads look like they're tie-dyed. When you get close to those flowers, they're kind of, it's not a uniform tie-dyeing. It has the dark and light pink. This can change to dark and light blue or dark and light purple. I really like it because it is unique. It's getting pretty big. This is in a bag because this was a special one I had to order. I've been keeping it in a bag, but it should be able to overwinter in the ground. It does bloom on new and old wood. So I'm thinking it's now to the size that I'm just about ready to find a spot in the ground for it. You saw me plant zebra in my two planters here, and It's throwing out some new blossoms. The old blossoms have really aged. I've cut most of them off. They were beautiful, white and ripply. And now we're getting some new buds, which is great. And that goes for both plants. I think these are going to go in the ground, but I'm not sure. They bloom on old wood. I have my beautiful purple hydrangea. Don't know what kind it is. That is an old wood bloomer though. You saw me propagating that recently. It's looking so pretty. I just love it. And then back here I have two more little guys. So I have to the left here Cityline Paris. This only blooms on old wood, so its blooming is not as prolific. It's really pretty because I can peek out the window, and it's a small hydrangea, so it's good for in front of a window. And then to the right of that we have Kimono. Kimono has a unique look to it because it's more edged in that reddish pink color that then goes to the white in the center. It has not bloomed super well for me, but it is blooming and it is in the ground. I think honestly it just needs a little bit more time. And in this planter here, I have another of the double down. So we've seen that one. So here I am up on the deck. Let's go through these quickly too. This little guy here, I have two of them, is Fairy Trail Fresco. New this year, it came as a quart. It will be 4x4 and trailing, but it is not blooming this year. It is too little. We're going to keep good care of it. And this beautiful flower here, I believe is Cityline Venice. And this is a hydrangea that blooms only on old wood. It has not done great for me. This is the best that it's doing though. It's having a tough time both with getting sunburnt, but it needs that much sun in order to put out the flowers. So I haven't found the perfect place for this yet. This bush, however, does amazingly well. This is a Trader Joe's florist hydrangea, so I don't know what kind it is, but I take it in the pot each year and it comes back and blooms. One of the ways you can tell that it's a florist hydrangea is that they're very upright, the stems, very sturdy, because florists would go in to make bouquets of these and cut them at the bottom. So that's one of the signs, but it would not survive left out all winter. And here we have, oh, I want to say Fairy Trail Bride, but it's not. Just a second, let me find the tag. This is Wedding Gown. Wedding Gown is this beautiful white, it is a lace cap with the double florets. It reminds me of Double Down's florets, and except in the lace cap form, which is gorgeous, and it turns pink in fall. Over in the corner here, we have Cityline Mars. Cityline Mars also blooms just on old wood, so another one that I bring in. It's a really pretty bicolor though, so if you can find this one, I think it's worth your time and effort. In our next planter, I love this huge mass of flowers here. This is how I like my planters. This is Wee Bit Giddy. Once again, the small size of the Wee Bit series makes them so nice for planters. They're big enough to be that beautiful center focal point, but not so big that they don't look proportional in a planter. So Wee Bit Giddy is gorgeous. And then over here we have Violet Crown. Violet Crown has done pretty well this year. I'm surprised. We've had some real scorching days, and I think that the change from cool days to real hot days is taking a toll on the leaves of the hydrangea this year in places that I haven't had trouble with them before. So those are the hydrangea in the backyard and up on the deck. There were a lot more hydrangea here that only bloom on old wood, because this is where I have a lot of those that I keep in the grow bags and the planters that then get moved into the shed. Keep that in mind as you're out and looking for your hydrangeas, whether you want to give that extra step to yourself. And there are a lot of hydrangeas that I think it totally is worth taking that extra step and protecting them, or choose one of the newer varieties that blooms on the new wood. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.